Hi, I'm May, Executive Chef Owner of Little Bao. Today what we're gonna make for you is clams cooked in white miso, white pepper, cilantro broth. Basically, it's a couple components. First, we do a very traditional Thai style, which is we make a paste first. So within this paste, we have white pepper, we have cilantro, and we have garlic. And we also need the broth. So this is a very simple chicken stock. To make the broth a little bit more luscious, we add a little bit of white miso as well. And these are garnishes. So that's very simple, and we use a local clam. This is from the wet market. It's called pho gao. So we're gonna start right now by making the paste. Mortar and pestle. The thing about mortar and pestles, when you make a paste, you try to do the hardest components first. So we're gonna do the white pepper first. And when you first do it, don't do it too hard because they're all like little ping pong balls. They're gonna fly all over the place. You don't want that. So we're gonna be a little bit gentle at first, and once it gets broken down, you can go a little bit faster. And it's important that you grind it fresh. Like, you don't wanna buy the pre-store-bought or ready grinded white pepper. It just won't taste the same. And so now we're gonna mash up the garlic as well. And the great thing about Thai people, they really know how to use cilantro. So it's important to not only use the leaves, we take the whole root. So it starts from the root. A lot of the flavors come from the root, and you can't eat this because it's quite fibrous. So what they do is that's where this paste comes along. So you basically use the whole product. So we're gonna throw this in as well. They're so fibrous, so once you start beating it down, if it's not cut fine enough, it'll just be stringy. So you wanna make sure that you cut it through first. If you're lazy, just throw it through the blender and then you'll have it in a couple of seconds. And if you're gonna use it immediately, you don't even have to add oil. But say if you wanna keep it in the fridge for, like you make it in the afternoon, you're gonna cook for your friends at night, then add a little bit of oil. It'll preserve it a bit better, keep the color quite green. Soybean oil, canola oil, I think all of that is okay. So this is kind of like an Asian pesto we have here with cilantro. Right now we set the pot at a medium-low heat. We add a little bit of soybean oil. You can use any kind of unflavored oil. Just heat it through a little bit. And we're gonna add 2 spoonfuls of this. It's just basically to cook out a little bit of the raw garlic and kind of infuse the oil as well with all that cilantro and the white pepper. So we'll cook it for about 30 seconds, a minute. This is actually chicken broth, but because it's cold, so it's like gelatinized. So basically, like about 2 cups. And you can see that it's bright green because it's like the cilantro is really fresh. So this is Seiko miso. Seiko miso is a sweet Japanese white miso. It's what you usually get when they cook miso cod for you. This is sweet. It gives a very luxurious mouthfeel to the soup. So instead of like traditionally Western food, you add cream. Japanese people add miso. So it's gonna add a good umami-ness to it without adding the fat of like butter or cream of sorts. So it's gonna melt through. So you're gonna see it becomes a lot thicker. You're gonna get that great sweetness from it as well. Then we can add the potatoes, bacon, and the roasted potatoes as well. Throw in the clams, and you just cover it. In experience, like it's probably better to have a cover that has like glass, so you can see when your clams are cooked ready. I would say about a minute or 2. Already perfectly cooked. You put a lime on top so that once you eat it, you squeeze a bit of fresh lime juice. This is our toasted baos that we use for our burgers, but this one with white miso, garlic butter. So here you go. This is the white pepper, white miso, cilantro clams with toasted baos from Little Bao.